Ryan Little.
Japan.
So the other day, I threw a little small get together at my shop, and I was having fun in my car again, and my drive shaft snapped and sent me off the road. I'm guessing it was that was what the problem was, because I heard a loud bang, and then the drive shaft was spinning around and lost control, and yeah, so I snapped my drive shaft and took a lot of the front end of my car off, as well as damaging numerous stuff under my car. The quarter panel is still good. That's a good thing. But yeah, I snapped one of my SPL lower control arms. It looks like it just snapped off at the welds, and then snapped off at the front where the joint is. And that, I don't know, that could have been partially it, or it could have been after I crashed. But I'm thinking that this, in conjunction with my drive shaft snapping, is partially the reason. Because just doing a donut, it's not hard to just stay in one circle, especially after you have it started. And then after my drive shaft snapped, it yanked me the other way. I'm guessing because I lost, throttle response. And right when I lost throttle response, it just sent me into a ditch. So yeah, so what I did today is I already ordered the radiator support, because the radiator support is broken. I already got that, or I already picked it up today actually. And then on top of getting the radiator support, I have my coil radiator with the Mishimoto Slim Profile fans and everything. So I think what I'm gonna do is just start pulling apart this front end and see what needs to be replaced. Stuff like the windshield wash reservoir, I'm not going to be keeping, I'm just gonna delete that. And then I'll probably end up running while I have the front end apart, I'll probably end up running my oil catch can too. So there's gonna be a few videos coming out. I've still got some stuff to edit that I'm just waiting on you guys. This just happened on Saturday. I think it was the 20th. Today's the 23rd. It was the 21st. So yeah, this happened on the 21st. And now I'm gonna have to go through and buy some new stuff for my car, because I do a lot of Z&G stuff, but the radiator supports are always one of the first things that sells. So I don't have a radiator support. I have a headlight, but it's HID in my headlight. This is a base 350Z, so it doesn't have HID headlights. So I might just go ahead and buy another HID headlight for the passenger side and then replace this one. So that's what everything is looking like right now. I'll walk you around the car right now and show you guys everything that's going on. So this is what's left of the radiator support on this side. It's hanging with some stuff there. And ripped the front bumper off right here, broke this headlight tab too, but I can probably fix that if I need to. And this side is all crushed. I lost both my fender liners. This headlight is broken. This bracket can actually just be bent back up. It's just the bracket that holds the front bumper. And I don't even know how this dent happened, but it's there. So I'm either gonna replace this or have that little spot bondoed and touched up. And this fender looks pretty good. The side skirt down here is ripped off, which that might be able to be fixed too. And then I didn't do too much to the rear. There's some scratches here, but that's from the tire delaminating that I had on it before this happened. And then back bumper is busted. The rear lower control arm is busted. I'm hoping my BC coilovers aren't bent at all. So this one looks okay, but the wheel in the front is flat. This rear wheel, the lower control arm on this side snapped. And then this side is fine over here. I don't know how this dent got here, but yeah. Let's see. This is okay over here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And oh my God, look at the inside of this tire though. And I'm lucky I didn't snap my end links though. Both my end links are still good, so those are pretty strong end links. My airbags didn't go off because actually a long time ago, I popped this airbag in this seat in an accident kind of similar to this, but it was when I had an open diff, and or it was a VLSD, but it wasn't hooking good. Like one axle would come out, one wheel would spin, the other one wouldn't, because the VLSDs in these cars suck. But yeah, everything else is pretty good. And I'm thinking because my SRS module was bad, it's already blown before from this airbag going off, that's probably the reason why my front airbags didn't go off, because normally with this bad of a radiator support being broken like this, the airbags would have gone off. And this actually happened after everybody left. So after the meet that night, everybody left, and and then I went out alone, and this is what happened. So this is still the front, and you can see the hole right here in the bottom of the radiator. Yeah, but like I said, I'm lucky these end links didn't snap, but I'm lucky my oil pan isn't busted too. So this is what the bottom is looking like. My drive shaft is snapped. And this is where the SPL lower control arm snapped off, right here and right here. And it doesn't look like my coilover is bent from down here, but I won't know until I get everything put back together. And my diff cover didn't get too badly busted up. It looks like I snapped one pin off right here, and that's it. It looks like this is slightly bent. Oh, that's about to come off. So it's still okay. This side didn't get too messed up, but my gas tank took a beating though. Hopefully my fuel pump and everything inside of the gas tank is good still, because that's where the fuel pump is, right here. And the funny thing about that entire night was I didn't just crash my car that night, I also crushed the front bumper of my truck trying to push my car off the side of the road, because I have a snap drive shaft. I couldn't back the car out, and every time I hooked up a couple tow straps to the rear end of my car and tried to pull my car out. It snapped the tow strap. The first time I went and got a cable and another strap, and I tried to hook them up both at the same time, and it snapped both of those. And then I came back to my shop and I grabbed one last thing, and it was a chain with a hook on the end, and it literally just snapped the hook right off the end. It wasn't rated for, you know, trying to pull like whatever 3,000 pounds of this car is. I think I'm sitting right under 3,000. But so I tried to use my truck to push my car, and it literally crushed my bumper in. I have a steel bumper on the truck, but it crushed it in, and it started touching my tire. So I was like, okay, I'm done trying to get this car off the side of the road tonight. I actually ran all the way back to my shop and went to another friend's shop I was lucky that he was even here, and he has a tow truck, and we used his tow truck. We went and pulled the car out first, brought the car back to the shop, and then went and pulled the front bumper out on my truck so I could drive that. Now I can at least drive my truck, but I messed up the front bumper, so I'm gonna have to buy another front bumper for the truck too. And it was just, you know, like one of those nights I wasn't thinking clearly. I shouldn't have used my truck to do that anyways. I shouldn't have been swinging my car that night either. So I guess I got a little amped up. Everybody was swinging their cars that night. Everybody that I had over was having fun in their car. And I'm not putting the blame on anybody else, but I fucked up. So yeah, so that's pretty much the update of how I crashed my car. I'm gonna put some videos in and show you guys the night that we had, and that'll probably just be the update for this. And the next video to come out will be the removing the heads and stuff from the VQ35 rev up. So I'm gonna get that video out for you guys. And then I have a rear main seal video that I just did for a customer's car, but it actually took a lot longer. I think I have something like 200 gigs of footage to sort through. So that video might come out a little bit later. But I've got this video, and then I've got the video from the track event. So look forward to all these, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.